restaurant equipment and supplies. And USA Flea Market, stay close. Thank you, Odaz. Thank you, Kizzy. The news at 6 is straight ahead.
Hey Bahamas, what's up? Are you proud of the decisions that our young people are making in our country today? Well, I want to introduce you to an organization where young people are making positive contributions. Youth Against Violence. I am a proud product of Youth Against Violence. Over the past years, Youth Against Violence has played a pivotal role in my success thus far. I want to throw a challenge out to you to help us and to support us to be able to help and support other young people like myself who are making positive contributions to our country. Help us to continue to bring peace to our streets by influencing this generation to influence future generations in a positive way. I am a proud product of Youth Against Violence. I am Travis Robinson, and I endorse this message.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, first at 6, Parliament prepares to pass over-the-hill legislation. On the road to a smoother drive, where Works teams are now and where they're headed next. And a big win for shark conservation in the Bahamas.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The government delivering on its empowerment initiative as debate wrapped up on the Economic Empowerment Zones bill. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Topping news tonight. It's designed to provide economic and social empowerment for the poor in the inner city of New Providence. In closing out the debate, the nation's leader, the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, said his administration is simply doing what is right.
As a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothed you? And when did we see you sick or in a prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. Mr. Speaker, this best describes our mission.
Tall Pines Member of Parliament Don Saunders sharing his support for the Economic Empowerment Zones bill. Saunders says the bill fulfills the Free National Movement's promise to transform over the hill.
We say clearly, Mr. Speaker, affect legislation which would allow duty-free concessions on all construction material and building supplies used in the construction of business premises and new and/or refurbished owner-occupied homes. Speaker, I don't know how simple to put it. It's right here, black and white. And it goes on to speak to some of the very same issues or very same clauses, very same objectives that this particular bill presents to the Bahamian people.
Golden Isles Member of Parliament Vaughn Miller also supports the Economic Empowerment Zone bill. He said the bill is long overdue and believes it will bring social and economic restoration and rejuvenation to challenged and depressed communities it seeks to impact. Miller made a special request to the Prime Minister, however, asking him to make the necessary adjustments to include another historic village to the list of communities to benefit from the bill.
Should like at this time to lobby for the oldest of the heritage villages on the island of New Providence, and that's the Adelaide village. That Adelaide be added to the list that presently includes Fox Hill, Gambier, and other areas. These communities were all birthed out of familiar circumstances, no fault of the original inhabitants. And now almost 200 years later, the conditions are similar in the said villages.
Well, still ahead tonight, the Bahamas National Trust secures $50,000 for shark conservation. That story when the Bahamas Tonight First at 6 returns.
When school ends, BTC summer vacation begins. That means freedom to switch it up and break a few rules.
I got flying over season. When she touch down, she not stop call me. And I nothing for me breed, girl. Me want no cute like a Bob Marley. Me fix them.
Freedom to mix and, of course, mingle. Freedom to go wild and take the fun to a whole new level. Join the BTC Summer Vacation for exclusive rewards, cool prizes, and more.
Okay.
BTC, the bigger, better network.
Get ready! Commonwealth Bank wants to make this your best summer ever. Get the loan you need at a special discount this summer only. Cash for your best vacation, best laughs, best memories. And want to know the best part? You could win a trip for 4. So don't wait. The discount ends soon. Talk to us today about your best summer ever loan. Approval is fast and easy. Conditions apply.
Here comes the lucky guy who won a date with Fanchon to his prom.
KFC got the big meal, freshly handmade every day for real.
Fresh every day?
What I said, what you take? KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a real big deal. KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a
now that's a big deal.
Hey, it's a real big deal. Hey, it's a real big deal.
Now, Vanessa, you look stressed out. Girl, listen, I here on my little piece of lunch break trying to pay these bills. I gotta go head to BTC, then I gotta go fly to BEC, and then I gotta go swim to Water and Switch.
Girl, look, save your time and your gas, all right? Make one stop. How? Take your backside to Cash and Go. You pay all 3 of them bills one time. It's one line, one place, with a bunch of locations.
You think I should go now?
Vanessa, you ain't reached yet? Cash and Go. Fast, free, convenient. Call 322-CASH for more information.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
The government has signed a $20 million loan agreement with the Inter-American Development Bank to fund the Skills for Current and Future Jobs in the Bahamas initiative. The loan funds 3 components, which include an apprenticeship program, an initiative to promote better job matching, and the creation of labor market information systems. Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest says the overall objective of the loan is to increase employment and improve access to quality jobs for young people.
Means additional skills training opportunities, particularly in 3 strategic sectors: maritime, medical services, information technology and telecommunications, and additional apprenticeship programs. These efforts will be targeted at the unemployed and school leavers. This also means new programs to promote communication between employers and training providers in terms of the relevant skills needed to promote higher labor market productivity.
The apprenticeship program is expected to expand the National Training Agency's pre-apprenticeship initiative by including an additional 1,100 participants.
Furthermore, there will be a new training program for advanced participants. The number of persons expected to be recruited for the advanced one-year program is 1,350. All persons selected to this program will receive a stipend. I note that stringent measures will be undertaken to ensure that resources are disbursed in accordance with prescribed policies. Moreover, requisite evaluations will be undertaken to determine whether this initiative is progressing satisfactorily to achieve its stated objective. The resources of the loan allocated for the apprenticeship program is approximately $10 million.
Officials from the Ministry of Works are conducting roadworks throughout New Providence. Sieska Adderley tells us where the daily commute may be a bit bumpy.
Residents driving on Rosetta Street have found themselves part of a challenging commute as roadworks in that area continue. Assistant Engineer in the Ministry of Works, Bahia Hepburn, provided ZNS News with this update.
It's coming along fine as the utilities, they are completing their works. As soon as the utilities have finished their works, we'll be able to go in there and pave. As with Madera, Rosetta will also be night paving too. And so we ask that all motorists, they proceed with caution and they follow the traffic management signs. And please do not speed.
Now the works on Rosetta Street follows the completion of paving on Madera Street. Now, apart from ongoing paving throughout the capital, officials are also conducting a drainage cleaning exercise. Areas being covered are Blue Hills and the Carmichael Road district.
This is to help mitigate the flooding that's happening at the moment and to ensure that we keep our roads clean. Also, we are going to be clearing the drains on East Street between Independence Drive and Robinson Road, and those will happen during the day. Both East Street and Blue Hill Road will be open, but there will be partial lane closures. And again, we ask the public to obey the traffic management signs and to proceed with caution.
Noting that it's the rainy season, Hepburn wants residents to be mindful of this during their commute. Now, these works are part of the ministry's ongoing paving exercise, all with the intent to provide you with a smoother drive. Sieska Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Fubu tycoon Damon John did his part to aid the Bahamas National Trust in securing $50,000 for shark conservation. He was a part of a special edition on the Discovery Channel labeled Shark Week. BNT's Director of Science and Policy, Shelley Kent-Woodside, prepped John for his pitch. While the BNT celebrates the win, Woodside talked about why shark conservation is so important.
But like lions and tigers, they're really important because they help to keep an even balance in the environment that they are the top predators of. And they are the apex predators. That basically means they're at the very top of the food chain and they have ultimate control on keeping that food chain healthy. They're taking out the sick and weak fish, keeping our fish populations healthy that way. But also there's masses of research out there showing that they help to keep our coral reefs healthy by keeping a nice balance. The Bahamas really did gain a lot of respect internationally for being the shark diving capital of the world. And I think that we can really continue that and promote the country as being a great leader in shark conservation. And hey, if you want to come see sharks, you're going to have to come to the Bahamas.
Well, stay with us. Sports is next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
There was a starbull tree on Ruby Lane that I used to sit and think and use as my quiet time. I would go there whenever things got unbearable, and it seems as if I couldn't make it. I would always reflect on the positive values that my mother instilled in me. Sometimes I stayed there for 10 minutes, sometimes an hour. And for every time, I would leave knowing that I can make it.
The proceeding was brought to you courtesy of the Over the Hill project.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The swimming competition closing out last night at the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia. Cohen Kerr, one of the athletes who hit the pool for Team Bahamas.
It's my first big meet, so I think I swam pretty well for my first time here. You know, the pool is fast, swam right on my best times, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time swimming fast.
University-wise, how's it going? Have you made the adjustment so far with that?
Yes, the university's going well. I just made nationals last year, looking to make it again this year. Swim some fast times, come home and do the same thing again next year.
With this being your first big meet, 2020 looks like it's on the horizon for you.
Yes, definitely. That's where my focus is right now, making the team. If not, 2024.
Back here at home, summer camp still the order of the day for youngsters on break from school. And what better way to beat the heat than in the water? 65 to 70 kids, ages 4 and up, all making a splash while learning to swim as Mako Aquatics closes out its 4th and final week on Friday at the Evolve Gym Pool.
Learn to swim group, we have an improve your stroke group, and then we have 2 competitive groups. So the kids are here every day, little less stress than doing the year where they have to go to school and a little tired after school coming to swimming, so they're more rested, more alert, and can do a little bit more swimming during the day. From an early age, we try to get them in the water, get them comfortable. Consistency in the summer has proven to be the key in learning how to swim faster. So great job here with the 8 coaches that we have and the Learn to Swim program.
Kai Reese is one of the swimmers taking part. He's the son of one of the country's most well-known former swimmers, Nicholas Reese.
Living through the legacy and in the boots of my father is a little hard.
So what are your events?
I'm more of a 50 free, 100 free, and 50 butterfly. Yeah.
So what are you working on this summer?
I'm working on improving my core and making my strokes a little bit more fluent.
What has Coach been telling you about your style?
He's been telling me I've been swimming very well, and I just needed to fix my freestyle. I wasn't reaching for the wall that well.
What advice have you gotten from your famous dad?
Well, for butterfly, he's been correcting me a lot because he wants me to do very well.
Summer sports camps not only taking place here in the capital, but in the Family Islands as well. Bahamian pro basketball player and national team player Jerron Keno Burrows helping to facilitate a camp on the island of Eleuthera.
I feel like this was a wonderful opportunity to come and spend some time with the kids. I know exactly the situation that they're in, growing up here on the Key. And it's just wonderful for me, before I head to France, to give back to these young kids. So many wonderful kids here, not only in the Governor's Harbor area, in every settlement. And basketball is a global sport, and so many opportunities involved. And the camps and the clinics, you're gonna have some students, some kids that go on to play high school and college ball. But a lot of the other ones, who come to this, they just get discipline. They get the structure, they get the team bonding, they get the options to do things with other kids that they wouldn't normally get in certain environments. Because a lot of these kids come from tough backgrounds. So, I just want to continue. I can never give the game what it gave me, but I can give these kids all I have.
Yes, sir.
Aside from teaching the kids, Burrows spoke about what he did with the rest of his time.
We do camp from 9 to 12 in the morning. And then after that, I'm pretty much just riding around, seeing my aunties, seeing cousins, a lot of old friends around here. And then just mixing and mingling with a lot of the locals, man. They all have great history on my family, and they know everybody. And a lot of them know me from I was a baby.
A special guest in town last week for the closing out of the Jeff Rogers basketball camp. And while he never played in the NBA, his name is still synonymous with the game. We get that story from Amajal Knowles.
Last week saw several prominent Bahamian basketball players return home to give back to the community. While documenting this track was ESPN personality and senior NBA writer for the undefeated Mark J. Spears, who spoke to our news team about his recent discovery of the rich basketball legacy of the Bahamas.
Beautiful invite from DeAndre Ayton, because I told him I wanted to do his Bahamas story. And he said, well, if you're going to do the story, you need to come out here and do it. So we came, and we're having a great time following him around, learning more about the country, learning more about the history of basketball, which I thought I knew everything about basketball. I've been covering the NBA for 20 years, but I didn't know that the Bahamas basketball history was that rich and that talented, and it's getting better. And when you have guys like Klay Thompson and Ayton and Eric Gordon and Buddy Hield, like, to look up to, I can see you guys producing a lot more players here as well.
As mentioned, Spears is a senior writer for The Undefeated, which is one of ESPN's newest platforms that was created to give a voice to black athletes and journalists to voice their concerns with issues that affect the community. Spears on why the site is important, especially in today's society.
It's about our people, black people, whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Bahamas, whether it's in Africa. I went to South Africa for a game last year and covered it. It's about race and culture. It's no holds barred. We're not holding anything back. We're telling you the truth. We're telling you our story. It's a wonderful site. I'm really proud to work there. I'm proud that ESPN is doing it.
The Oakland resident also offering his early take on the 2018-2019 NBA season, declaring that Klay Thompson and the Warriors are the early favorites to take home the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
That would be too hard to beat. They were already too hard to beat before, and I think Cousins takes them to another level. Boston's going to be really good. Don't sleep on the Celtics. Houston's going to be good, even though I think they've taken a step back without Trevor Ariza and Luka Mbamute. But Houston will be back. Oklahoma City is going to be better. Don't sleep on Oklahoma City. They're good enough to make it to the Western Conference Finals. So I'm sure you care about the Phoenix Suns because of DeAndre. They'll be a fun team to watch. Perhaps good enough to maybe sneak into the playoffs, but probably not. Sacramento Kings with Buddy. They'll be fun to watch too. There'll be two young teams that probably are a year away from being in the playoffs.
Spears adding that the article on the country's basketball legacy should be published sometime later this summer. For Zenith Told Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
The Province Softball Association hosting a ring ceremony during All-Star festivities on Tuesday night. The CNS Hitmen and the Sunshine Auto Wildcats ladies all awarded for their success last season en route to the championship. As for regular season play, that will pick back up tonight with a ladies doubleheader. The men are on break until after the CAC games. And that is your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. First at 6 is back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Your life is in the moment and on the go. And your credit card? It's right there with you. Turn on mobile location confirmation for your Visa credit card from CIBC First Caribbean and reduce the likelihood of declined transactions when you travel. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come.
My first memory of music would have been a performance when everyone was singing the song. The song was drop down and come up slow, and everyone in the crowd was singing. I was amazed. I was in shock.
I did not always want to be a performer, I actually wanted to be a doctor. And when I was on my way to med school, I had this whole epiphany, and I went to Berklee College of Music, and that's when I made the switch.
If I weren't singing, I'd be singing. I love track and field.
Many different things inspire me. It isn't anything specific. It's just, just enjoying the environment. And that's what I think music should be about, being free.
Tap of a button, I'm able to get in contact with persons all the way across the world. Technology acts as that bridge that keeps me connected.
BTC in one word, I would have to say clutch.
Connected. Family.
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 Every day, every day, every day, every day.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I'm on television. I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over good.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Present check.
Miss I's star now. I still gotta pay.
For the latest news and highlights in Bahamian culture, tune in to the new Junkadoo 242, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network. Radio Bahamas 1540 a.m. on 104.5 FM and TV 13. Each week, hosts Arlene Nash Ferguson, Eric Hall, and Darren Bastian engages listeners with some of the movers and shakers of Junkadoo and Bahamian culture. Don't miss Junkadoo 242, Saturday at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on the ZNS Radio and Television Network.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the tropics remain quiet, and we're going to see how long we can keep it in that state. But anything developing, we will certainly let you know. On the home front, still have that persistent mid to low level trough, flying up some showers just on the west side of Andros there, and that trails back across the Berry Islands into Abaco and the Grand Bahama area. Elsewhere, high pressure is in control, keeping a lid on shower development there. But just to the south of the extreme southeast Bahamas, have some showers working their way towards the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. Outside of our studios, it is mostly cloudy, temperature 86 degrees here, relative humidity at 74%. The winds are out of the southeast at 13 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,016.7 millibars. That's 30.02 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks a lot, Baz. Well, that does it for us in First at 6. Stay tuned, though. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition is straight ahead.
Hearing about changes to impact their profession. The government launching another phase of its youth employment program. And tomorrow is election day for the BCPOU.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rolfarkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news this evening, the Ministry of Works hosting a contractors information workshop on Grand Bahama. During the session, contractors heard firsthand of the changes that are set to come on stream within the ministry. Italia Hall was there.
The topics during the one-day seminar included contract pricing, payment procedures, pre-qualification documents, assessment criteria, e-procurement, project management, and site safety. The Minister of Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says he is disappointed that more contractors did not show up.
that for such an important seminar that the ministry has gone all the way to ensure that it's successful, that we were not very impressed with the showing. And I'm going to tell you why. We're introducing new procedures in the ministry, including our pre-qualification process. Nobody should take it for granted that they're going to get work from the Ministry of Public Works.
During his presentation, he also noted that many contractors do not use the services of a quantity surveyor and rely on their own experience to calculate their tender prices.
Quantity surveyors at my ministry are working towards developing standard unit rates to help you for the majority of line items and scopes of works, and that will be of tremendous assistance to you.
He says the ministry is also working along with the Department of Information Technology to update the contractor database and the tendering and payment certificate process.
Contractors who do not keep up with the times are likely to be left out of many of the opportunities that will be advertised by the various government websites, because they are going to go up on websites very soon.
Vice President of the Bahamas Contractors Association, Tamika Hanna, says the organization is the governing body that represents contractors across the country. She says there are a lot of benefits, and there are almost 500 contractors registered with the organization in New Providence, but only 20 in Grand Bahama.
We are the listing that will be looked at first. Our site is visited daily by people all over the world who are looking into the Bahamas, and we mean well. We are very qualified. We have Bahamians who can do it, and all of them do not live in Nassau.
These contractors shared why they decided to be a part of the seminar.
I'm a younger contractor, so I think keeping up with what's going on is always important to me, especially when technology is involved. So if the government's looking to move to technology-based, then that's really kind of up the alley for me.
I'm a recent licensee of the port, and so I'm hoping to learn a lot about the ways that they do business at the Ministry of Works.
It's very important to be a part of this seminar to get information on the construction industry and what is changing in the industry, so we be informed to give quality work.
It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
We have an update now on the situation at the Garnet Lavarity Justice Center. Yesterday, workers took part in a sit-out to protest the conditions at the facility. Today, we asked the Minister of Works, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, about these ongoing challenges. Here again is Talia Hall.
The employees reportedly staged a protest because of poor, unhealthy working conditions. The minister, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says he too is concerned about the health of employees of the Justice Center, as well as those who visit.
I am advised that there are going to be some measures taken in Grand Bahama for health testing with respect to those persons who work there, to assure them and confirm them that their health has not been impacted by the mold in that building.
Now the minister admits that the issues here at the Garnet Lavarity Justice Center is an age-old problem, adding that over the last few years some $2 million has been spent on mold remediation, but he says that was the wrong thing to do.
The challenge is that that money was spent without making proper repairs, and you can never do that. We have to get to the basic cause of the mold. So for example, the mold is caused by moisture. And if you have a leaking roof, you have problems with issues like that, then if you don't fix it, it doesn't matter what you do about mold remediation, it's only temporary. We have to be able to fix the problem.
He says contracts have been put out for tender among the contractors in Grand Bahama for the courthouse and the post office.
We expect those contractors to come back with those tender documents. And when they come back, those areas are going to have to be closed for some time. They're going to do the repairs properly. Once those repairs are done properly so that we could control the cause of the mold, then we're going to deal with the mold remediation. We have to do it properly, and Grand Bahama can be assured that that's my focus. I know what the contractors have to do. When they're working, my people will be here watching, and I will be back and forth very quietly, looking at what they're doing, because I want to make sure that the center lives up to the name of Garnet Lavarity.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Talia Hall.
Thanks, Italia. Well, the second phase of the government youth employment program officially launched on Grand Bahama today. This phase includes high school students who will be able to attain some work experience over the next 4 weeks. An orientation season was held this morning. Megan Shepard reports.
High school students on Grand Bahama receiving words of wisdom from Senator the Honorable Jasmine Turner Darius as they prepare to be a part of the government summer youth employment program. The senator reminding the students that the word work is an action verb and that they must be ready to work and ready to win.
Talent is never enough, so it's important that you understand you've been given a grand opportunity, and we want you to seize every moment and every day that you are on the job and be ready to work and ready to win. Somebody say ready to work? Ready to work. Ready to win.
Darius also reminding the youngsters of the importance of being professional, dressing appropriately, communicating effectively, and being on time. She also urged them to have a good attitude and practice good etiquette.
While you're on the job, remain humble. Remain humble. Always have a humble attitude. Sometimes your boss may ask you to do something 5 times. Don't roll your eyes. Please don't suck your teeth. If you're asked to change something or do it again, do it with a smile. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You may be asked to write a letter, and it may not be the standard that your boss requires, and they may ask you to do it again. Take it back and say, yes, ma'am, and receive correction with a smile and with a good attitude. A good attitude will take you far. Someone said, attitude will determine your altitude. And so next year, you may not even be in this session, but the boss may just want you back and call you personally because you had a good attitude.
She is also encouraging the students to step up and to be more responsible over the next 4 weeks.
If you have to be late once or twice, don't have your mommy or somebody calling in talking about you sick and you know you just was up late last night or you watching something all in the wee hours of the morning. Don't go on Facebook on the job. Don't sit down and watch YouTube on the job. You must be eager to learn. Be eager to learn. Be eager to put your mind, your soul, and your body to work. Why? Because you are. Man, say that again. Because you are. May you have an awesome time, and may what you learn in this job experience prepare you and ready you for the job market, even when you're out of school.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Great words of advice. Tomorrow is election day for members of the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union throughout the country. There are a number of candidates contesting various positions in tomorrow's poll, but the name of the current president will not be on the ballot. Megan Shepard explains.
He has served the BCPOU for decades, first serving as shop steward and then working his way up to the top post, and now Bernard Evans is stepping down. He says over the years he has had many accomplishments while fighting for the rights of workers.
With me and my administration, we were able to do over 1,000 promotions. Definitely the VSAP, maintaining the VSAP is one, given that we know that the company in BTC, that is, will continue to try and downsize. And so we wanted to ensure that those members will not be impacted negatively in that regard. I think one of the greatest things for me too was accomplishing finally the pension plan for the workers at the Bridge Authority.
Evans also served as vice president for 6 years before securing the post of president for 9 consecutive years. He says that a good leader must recognize when it is time to step down and allow new blood and new vision to lead the organization forward. As elections are set to be held on Friday, July 27th, Evans shares this bit of advice to the incoming executive board.
To be well-read, studied up, know the operations of the company, know the operations of this current administration, because 2 of the precincts, ZNS and the Bridge Authority, are under government control. Definitely BTC, the biggest elephant in the room. We don't know, that's an ever-changing and evolving company. We could continue to see changes happening there. And so to be aware, to continue to engage in your members, to invest in your members, to ensure that they keep themselves trained and well-skilled, multi-skilled, and also to maintain international standards.
The veteran unionist says that although he is taking a break from the BCPOU, he will continue to fight for workers in the Bahamas as he currently holds the post of president of the National Congress Trade Union.
Ever since you have persons who continue to work in the vineyard and not be satisfied and not be given a fair assessment of their duties and pay, commensurate to what they do, then cause somebody to step up. And unfortunately for me, this is an innate quality, I guess, to always want to stand up and to speak out for those who can't speak for themselves.
Evans says he is thankful to all who have supported him over the years. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Rain or shine, there's one place that you can always depend on for emergency hurricane supplies or everyday items. Whether it's Ace Hardware, Housewares and Paint, or furniture and accessories from Rooms to Go, or Radio Shack Electronics. The one place that carries Craftsman tools, tablets, routers, computer networking supplies, generators, and so much more is right around the corner on Queens Highway. That place is Dolly Madison Home Center. Rain or shine. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Come on down now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Freeport Jewelers in Port Lucaya. Fashion starts here.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Balearia, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry them. So complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags. Your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers, dollar, thrifty, Hertz, and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
It's the 4th annual Sea Grape Homecoming. Saturday, August 4th, it's the cultural extravaganza at the Sea Grape Park. Gates open at 7 p.m. Kids under 12 are free.
You can win big with Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box Summer Deal. Not only will you get 2 delicious medium one-topping pizzas, 5 breadsticks, and juicy wings, and a refreshing 2-liter Coke, you get to enter to win a fabulous 7-day Caribbean cruise for 2 with Gateway Travel on Carnival Cruise Lines.
Mom and Dad can use it, and we got money.
Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box Summer Deal can make you a winner. Other prizes also available. Win big.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Steppin' Out. Satisfy your style habits with shoes for every occasion. Steppin' Out, when you want to put your best foot forward.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The power of social media, that was the focus of a special workshop at the Pelican Bay Resort. Valdez Russell conducting the sessions. He says it was an opportunity for business owners and entrepreneurs to rethink, reimagine, and refresh their commitment to social media.
The workshop is an interactive experience, and so what that means is we're going to talk about how to do it, we're going to demonstrate what is involved in doing it, and then we'll give participants the opportunity to see it realized. We're going to walk participants through what it means to caption images, use proper grammar, thinking about the target audience that they want to be engaged with that audience.
With over 70 persons attending, Russell says he realized that the people of Grand Bahama took the time out to understand how modern technology influences change and how to stimulate the economy to provide more opportunities for Grand Bahamians.
Throughout the workshop, we hope that persons leave with skills to understand their audience, tell their story, build relationships, and grow their business. Those 4 tenets are our key messages. Tell your story, build your audience, and take the time to build relationships so that you influence change and, of course, grow your business.
The Regency Theater needs your help tonight. The organization that has been a staple in this community and place for Bahamians to sharpen their skills in the performing arts is now facing a financial crisis. The Regency Theater needs your help for its sustainability. President Lisselle Harris Russell says the place that has provided wholesome live theater productions for over 50 years could be in jeopardy of closing if they are unable to raise $100,000 for repairs.
The Regency Theater has been a staple in the community for over 40 years, and we also have the Freeport Players Guild, who operates the Regency Theater, have been here for 50 years. The building itself, it takes a lot to maintain the building, and the AC units are prehistoric and they're very much on their way out. There are no band-aids for it, and so what we're asking is the general public, corporations, and anyone else who is interested to please partake in the telethon that we're having.
Member of the Board of Directors, Charles Sorota, says the air conditioning units in the Peter Aston Auditorium are over 30 years old and are far beyond repair. With the help of Alive, the corporate sponsor, they are hoping that this telethon can help revive the theater.
We are having this telethon on Sunday at 1 p.m. just in order to keep the theater doors open and keep it alive, because we desperately need air conditioning units for the auditorium area. We've got 3 units there. 1.5 of them work sometimes. 1 works when it feels like, and they are all really old. They're older than me, actually. And okay, yes, they had air conditioning back in those days. They're all really old, and they desperately need replacing.
Harris Russell says no amount is too great or too small.
We just need you to call in. Without the theater, Grand Bahama is losing something very special. We do not want to see anything else closing Grand Bahama, but without the AC units, we will have to close our doors. So we're asking the general public to please support the Regency Theater, keep theater alive on Grand Bahama by calling in 603-GIVE or sending a check to us on Sunday. We'll present it live on air, talking about your company, but to help keep theater alive.
Now, once again, the telethon is set for this Sunday, July 29th, beginning at 1 p.m. You can dial 603-GIVE to donate. And now it is time to Ask the Doctor.
Welcome. Yvette asked, over the last 4 weeks, 6 members of my family contracted what we believe to be pink eye. The symptoms were severe and lasted anywhere from 7 days to 3 weeks. Everyone who had it experienced pink eye at a much earlier age for about 3 days only, and the symptoms were much milder. Was our recent experience really pink eye, or was it something else? Yvette, thank you for your question. What is commonly called pink eye is what we call conjunctivitis. It is an inflammation or infection of the conjunctiva, which is the clear covering that lines your eyelid and covers the white part of your eyeball. When small blood vessels in the conjunctiva become inflamed, they're more visible. This is what causes the whites of your eyes to appear reddish or pink. Pink eye can be irritating, and treatment can help ease the discomfort. The answer is yes. You and your family's recent experience sounds like pink eye because it can be contagious. So early diagnosis is important because medications such as antibiotic eye drops can help limit the spread. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
we're getting the kids out here. We're teaching them how to skate. We've got the covered area where we have a black mat down. So we're teaching them the fundamentals of balance and learning to walk in the skates. We have the go-karts out. We've got 12 cars running. We've got 2 double carts. So those that are a lot smaller, licensed drivers can actually take the smaller kids out. And it's being very well received. Our general operating hours are Thursday through Sunday. So Thursday and Friday we are from 6 to 11 p.m. Saturdays we are from 3 to 11 and Sundays from 3 to 9.
KMW Battery and Tire Sales is offering oil change for just $49.99 plus VAT. Includes oil and filter. KMW is located on West Settlers Way.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation club, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. Join satisfied Bahamians who left their banking frustrations behind.
That is here. Reduce that power bill today with solar systems and lights. Solar Up Bahamas, giving you free power throughout the Bahamas.
We've raised the stakes. We've raised the bar. We've raised the standard. Your new entertainment playground. Winners take chances. Chances makes winners. Chances remind you to game responsibly.
Grand Bahama John West Shoe Store is still your #1 family shoe store for work, school, formal occasions, and play. We're stocked to the roof with all your favorite brands like Timberland, Reebok, Levi's, Vikings, from infants to men. Ladies, we've got your flats opened and closed, wedges and stilettos, and everything else in between. So, when your feet is calling for a new pair of shoes, John West Shoe Store. John West Shoe Store. We're gonna take you there in style.
Today is International Interns Day, so this one goes out to all of our interns, especially Shanty Stewart. While topping sports, archery is on the move in Grand Bahama. The YMCA outdoor facility is a training grounds for what is expected to be a game changer. Jay Philippe reports.
Archery is one of the fastest growing sports around the world. The Bahamas had a number of national teams and have competed in a variety of international competitions. However, archery is not a popular sport on Grand Bahama Island. In an attempt to expand the sport on the island, the YMCA invited executive members of the Bahamas Archery Federation to conduct a training certification course for the persons interested in the sport. President of the Bahamas Archery Federation, David Ramin, taking time to discuss his vision for archery on Grand Bahama Island.
We have been carrying national teams abroad with only athletes from Nassau, Bahamas, and that's really not a national team. So we're very happy for Grand Bahama to be developing, and we hope to extend that development to other family islands so that we can get the best archers and athletes whenever we travel abroad.
The sport of archery requires time and dedication. It also requires specific equipment in order to play and compete. The YMCA has been a training ground for the sport locally because of the availability of the equipment that are not easily accessible. Shakita Henfield, Program Director of the YMCA, says the YMCA is available for persons who are interested.
Some of the average, persons in Grand Bahama might not be able to afford to pay for expensive archery lessons, expensive equipment. So we provide that opportunity, and we have a base where we have so many kids coming into different programs to introduce them to archery. So we have hidden talent that's being discovered at an affordable rate. It's a good family sport. I do have some clients, a family of 4, that come and shoot archery. So it's very good that we have it here, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks, Jay. And if you want to learn more about the sport, you can contact the YMCA for training dates and times. And we have to say congratulations to the coaches who participated in the certification course on a job well done. Well, scores to pass on to you from the YMCA Commercial Basketball League playoffs last night. The Fast Rat Gyms defeated the Ferguson Cutters 84-78 in overtime to go up 2-0 in that series. Franklin exploded for 31 points. Travis Wild Goose with 27 points. Devon Clark 13 points. Anton Thompson led the Cutters with 29 points, and Tomasio James chipped in with 22 points. Game 3 of the Polymers versus Buckeye series came down to the last minute, with Polymers taking a 2-1 series lead with the final score of 62-56. Catano Moss led the Polymers with 19 points. DeJohn Wildgoose added 17 points. Our J. Philippe 11 points, and Clemente Martin led the Buckeye with 14 points, while Khalil Solomon had 13 points. The next game in both series is Friday at the YMCA at 7:30. Buckeye will take on Polymers. Ferguson Cutters will play Fast Track Gym Rats, and that time is at 8:30 p.m. That is a check on sports.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Love, you look worried today.
Belinda, I have 2 more rooms to complete. Now, if I've been from 7 to 12%, how in the world am I supposed to do this?
Here at Island Bedding, we know things have been pretty thin for the past few years.
You think?
For 15 years, Island Bedding has been keeping Bahamian shopping at home by providing quality products at affordable prices.
Belinda, Island Bedding prices is good. It is really, really good. Your price is going to increase also to 12%. Just saying, Belinda.
Nah, Dr. Love, look here. Seeing is believing. With the upcoming change in VAT to 12%, we have adjusted too to keep our products affordable. And we did it too.
Now listen here, Island Bedding have done it again, kicking up a whole notch.
Now you know you're getting value for your dollar.
Visit our showroom today on Queens Highway.
Don't miss this exciting Eye on Health show with your host, Dr. Duranda Ash, live Friday at 8 p.m.
And when I talk about how great and almighty He is, I've lived it.
On this show, Dr. Ash will reflect on the recent Christian Ophthalmology Society meeting, which was held in Colorado. We will highlight some of the exciting presenters and also hear from Dr. Ash as she made a presentation as well. That's Eye on Health this Friday, live at 8 p.m.
Business owners are excited about ZNS Northern Service Storm Central Hurricane packages because advertising rates are discounted up to 50%. That's right, get 50% off advertising packages this hurricane season from now through November 30th. Call our sales department at 351-3430 or 352-9713 and book your advertising package today.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shashina Wolf-Arkeson. Thank you so much for tuning in.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Over the hill, under the microscope. Hear more on when legislation will take effect and what residents are saying. The government calls a Haitian diplomat's proposal offensive, why he's accused of meddling. And what the latest $20 million IDB loan agreement will mean for unemployment in the country. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018 has been passed in the House of Assembly. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping news tonight, it's being touted as the impetus for transformation in the inner city of New Providence. And today, House members passed legislation that will begin that process. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis closed debate on the bill this evening, emphasizing the need to help the poor and create more economic opportunities in those areas. Alto V's Munnings joins us live in studio tonight with more. Alto.
Good evening, Keishla, and good evening, Bahamas. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis referenced comments made by the opposition in the House of Assembly Wednesday that, quote, the FNM is no friend of the poor and government is not for the people, end quote, which he said he was very disturbed by. And that's why the Prime Minister used those comments as the foundation of his closing remarks on the Economic Empowerment Bill 2018 in the House of Assembly earlier this afternoon. From healthcare to labor, introducing minimum wage, Roadworks, and the establishment of Prime Minister's offices in several family islands, Prime Minister Minnis made it clear that the Free National Movement government has addressed the needs of all Bahamians, even when it comes to gender equality and the economy.
Based on IMF estimates, the Bahamian economy is expected to grow by 2.5% in 2018, supported by the completion of the Bahama Resort and a stronger U.S. economy. That's important, Mr. Speaker. In 2013, the economy shrunk minus 0.6%. 2014, minus 1.2%, 2015 minus 3.1%, 16.2%, and 2017 and the FNM grew by 1.4% and is anticipated to grow 2.5% this year. The FNM mandated that female and male officers in the public service be treated equally and regardless of marital status. The government has launched the e-learning pilot program in 11 schools throughout the archipelago. But yet, we are not the government for the people, and we are no friends of the poor, and the educational gap increasing.
The Prime Minister criticized successive Progressive Liberal Party administrations for what he described as the neglect of the Bahamian people.
The PLP, Mr. Speaker, are very, very, very worried about our over-the-hill revitalization program. I think they are politically scared that residents of the over-the-hill will see the stark difference between the PLP neglect and the hope and opportunity being ushered in by the FNM.
And regarding the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill 2018, Prime Minister Minnis maintains that it will truly uplift the poor and the businesses in the inner city of New Providence.
The suite of targeted initiatives will give hope and provide opportunity to our people. Our people don't want handouts. They want a helping hand. Yes. Our people don't want pity. They want purpose.
Well, after the Prime Minister's contribution, the Member of Parliament for Southern Shores and former Minister of Transport and Local Government, the Honourable Frankie Campbell, tabled the Water Skiing and Motorboat Control Amendment Bill 2018 and the Commercial Recreational Watercraft Amendment Bill 2018. Then they were able to pass the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill. Now, the House of Assembly has adjourned for the summer break and will resume on Wednesday, September 19th at 10 a.m. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Altafiz Munnings. ZNS Network News. Back to you, Keish.
Thanks a lot, Alto. Well, over-the-Hill residents and businessmen are responding to the proposed initiatives to boost over-the-Hill living and commerce, while anticipating the implementation of incentives like business license exemptions, concessions on materials for building repairs and vehicles linked to business. Some of them we talked to reflected on what issues have sucked the lifeblood out of those communities for years.
Over the Hill, a term that dates back to the pre-independence era that Cynthia Hanna remembers well. She's been running this fruit stand and dry goods store since 1979.
I sell fruits, vegetable, I sell benny cake, I sell peanut cake.
But like the times, expenses have changed. Hannah says her $200 business license fee, for example, has been debilitating.
With $200, you know how much I have to sell to make $200 right here to the shop. Banana, and I'm even so buying the American banana no more. On my stall, you see on my stall is Bahamian banana. On my stall.
Have you do?
It's something every young kid ready to know.
Philip Ferguson can still remember the days of his youth at the old Nassau Beach Hotel before opening his pet store on Ross Corner. He says economic empowerment or not, it boils down to initiative.
In my time, we had a long way to go, but at the end of the day, we make it. So if the rest of the people over the hill want to get involved with business, that's super good.
The economic empowerment zones include tax concessions for building repairs, company vehicles, and business license exemptions for those who qualify. But for residents like Sigmund Bethel, who was born in this house on East Street, which he recently refurbished, economic and commercial revival entails a lot more than that.
I think instead of building low-cost housing in the other areas, they were supposed to build it right here. They haven't done that. And I think that's why the area is so run down the way it is today. You know, all of the original people that are from this area, every time they get a few dollars, they have to move away.
The small businesses that were on those roads, we got there for, you had the traffic flow and you could go any which way you want to go. Then East Street, see East Street have two-way traffic, going up, going down, so you either catch the traffic going up, or you catch the traffic going right. So automatically it isn't hurting.
In a few short weeks, it's expected that residents will start to see and feel the effects of the new legislation. Until then, this businessman refuses to accept any negative stigma.
It's dying, you know. Like you said, you keep it watered and keep it growing, you know. It's something you got to keep care of it and be after it, look after it to keep it going on.
Meantime, Free National Movement Chairman Carl Culmer issuing a statement on the PLP's opposition to what he says is providing relief to over-the-hill communities. He says the people of the over-the-hill communities sent a loud and clear message in May of 2017 that the PLP still has failed to hear. The F&M chairman says Prime Minister Dr. the Honourable Hubert Minnis knows firsthand of the challenges that the residents of the over-the-hill community face each day. He saw it every day of his childhood, lived it, learned from it, and now, finally, as leader, he'll be able to fix the challenges of Over the Hill. Well, still ahead tonight, getting control of conch poisoning, what health officials are doing now. And swimming closes out at CAC. Hear the medal roundup. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell, fueling journeys that matter. Summer promotion.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank, everything we do it for you.
You can count on me. Just call me and I'll come running. No matter the
I got into comedy from the day I was born, and I look up and I saw who my parents was. I know my life is gonna be interesting.
The Bahamian people inspire me, like 100%.
I think the keys of the success to the band Visage has been the ability to stay relevant for the many years that the band has been around.
Technology, it keeps me connected.
What technology have done for me is priceless.
I don't know how I would be able to survive without it.
If I would describe BTC into one word, I would say innovative.
Family all around. Communications lifeblood of the Bahamas.
Here comes the lucky guy who won a date with Fanchon to his prom.
KFC got the big deal meal, freshly handmade every day for real.
Made fresh every day?
What I said, what you take? KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a real big deal. KFC got the big deal meal. Hey, it's a
now that's a big deal.
Hey, it's a real big deal. Hey, it's a real big deal.
There's nothing as powerful as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
Extraordinary could be right there in front of you, without you even knowing it. It's something unique, rich and rewarding, full of character. A bold expression of flavor like no other. Discover extraordinary flavor. Guinness, made of more.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The government has signed a $20 million loan agreement with the Inter-American Development Bank to fund the Skills for Current and Future Jobs in the Bahamas initiative. The loan funds 3 components, including an apprenticeship program, an initiative to promote better job matching, and the creation of labor markets information systems. Minister of Finance Peter Turnquest says the overall objective of the loan is to increase employment and improve access to quality jobs for the nation's youth.
Means additional skills training opportunities, particularly in 3 strategic sectors: maritime, medical services, information technology and telecommunications, and additional apprenticeship programs. These efforts will be targeted at the unemployed and school leavers. This also means new programs to promote communication between employers and training providers in terms of the relevant skills needed to promote higher labor market productivity.
The apprenticeship program is expected to expand the National Training Agency's pre-apprenticeship initiative by including an additional 1,100 participants.
Furthermore, there will be a new training program for advanced participants. The number of persons expected to be recruited for the advanced 1-year program is 1,350. all persons selected to this program will receive a stipend. I note that stringent measures will be undertaken to ensure that resources are dispersed in accordance with prescribed policies. Moreover, requisite evaluations will be undertaken to determine whether this initiative is progressing satisfactorily to achieve its stated objective. The resources of the loan allocated for the apprenticeship program is approximately $10 million.
In other news tonight, the Ministries of Health and Environment seeking to ramp up their efforts after an increase in conch poisoning cases. Amajal Knowles tells us what they're doing.
As of today, there are 27 laboratory-confirmed cases of conch poisoning and 22 clinical cases awaiting laboratory confirmation.
That was Health Minister the Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sands updating the press on the ministry's most recent findings regarding the country's conch poisoning saga, an issue the minister said is becoming increasingly difficult to address and will require cross-ministry collaboration.
The increase in cases is an ongoing public health threat, which has economic and social implications. Additionally, our laboratory reports demonstrate that the causative organism, Vibrio parahemolyticus, is becoming increasingly more difficult to treat. Government agencies have strengthened collaboration to mitigate against further cases of conch poisoning. And in this regard, in accordance with current legislation, all vendors who wish to continue with the sale of raw conch dishes such as scorched conch and conch salad may only do so if they demonstrate the presence of fresh running water linked to the city supply.
From an environmental standpoint, there will be a heightened sense of vigilance from environment and health officials in regards to preparation by vendors. Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister the Honorable Michael Pintard responding to questions concerning the timing of the increased effort, as this should have been something that was previously practiced.
First of all, the ministry with responsibility for the environment regularly checks all of the various sites where food is being prepared as well as served. Secondly, the ministry with responsibility for agriculture and marine resources, we have persons who are stationed in these locations.
Now, Dr. Sands, when probed by our news team, did reveal that tourists were among the persons affected by the contaminated conch.
I can confirm that in that number, included in that number, are tourists. I couldn't tell you exactly how many were tourists. We have not drilled into the data that closely. I can just tell you that some of the patients were indeed tourists.
The health minister also indicating that he could not confirm a timeline for the 22 cases that are still pending, saying several more tests have to be run. For ZNS Network News, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Shantytown residents are speaking up over who should be able to buy or lease land that they built their homes on after those illegal communities are demolished in a couple of days. DeAndre Williamson spoke with residents and the president of the the Haitian Pastors League.
The government has already made its plan for the future of shanty towns, but Haitians want the government to consider their desire to become owners of the properties after demolition.
If they can sell them for 20 years, then we should be the first one to get that. You see what they say?
Yeah, but honestly,
if y'all get rid of the illegals, yeah, then give us the preference to purchase them. Yeah, down payment plan. Yeah, we get builders. We could do all that.
Haitian Pastors League President Reverend Jean-Paul Charles agreed with Shantytown residents and says if Haitians are not able to purchase the land, he hopes the government will help the situation.
I think the government should not only should do that. I think they will try to do something. Even they don't give them 100%, preference. But I think the government would want to, would work with them to make sure they rebuild to the way the society will approve.
Reverend Charles says it's already a painful process that Haitians must endure, but he asks the government to reconsider demolishing homes that are near building code standards.
But if something the Ministry of Labor can help them not to demolish that, if they can, tell them to upgrade or send an engineer to upgrade that house, and we even talk to the Ministry of Labor to see if they would accept that. But it's we don't have a good answer about that.
Shantytown Action Task Force Chairman and Minister of Labor Senator Dion Folks has this response for residents.
There's no possibility legally that is possible, that we can lease or convey any part of those lands to any residents in those communities. That's absolutely impossible. The Prime Minister stated recently at the opening of the housing development that the government intends to develop those lands and to make them all housing developments and to make those lots available to Bahamians to construct homes.
Residents have until August 10th to leave, but some are still saying the notice is too soon.
Well, what I could say, on a 6 month will be good. They're going. I speak to the whole village, they're going, but they need some time.
For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Well, also tonight, we have more on the government's response to the assertions of a Haitian official who proposed lease or buy agreements for Shantytown residents. A diplomatic spat has emerged over comments made by a Haitian embassy official on an alternative to pending Shantytown evictions. It all stems from a pronouncement made by Mr. Carl Henry Chartelet, first secretary of the Haitian embassy, that the Bahamas government should consider buy or lease arrangements for Shantytown residents instead of the government-led evictions come August 10th. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Rhoda Jackson, acting permanent secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, spoke frankly and deliberately to Mr. Francois Michel, the Haitian chargé, indicating that the public statements accredited to Mr. Chartelet warranted the gravest concern of the Bahamian government, explaining that the position gave the government a sense of external interference in its domestic affairs. Ms. Jackson emphasized the sensitivity of the Shantytown program, especially in the government's attempt to have all communities in the Bahamas integrated. She further stressed that although the Bahamian government had always worked extremely closely with the Haitian government, it would not tolerate that type of pronouncement. Mr. Michel stated that the embassy was fully cognizant and respectful of the sovereignty of the Bahamas and sincerely regretted the impression given by the remarks. Mr. Michel stressed that every effort would be made to ensure that the incident would not recur. This diplomatic row comes about a week and a half to go to the eviction deadline. Haitian activist groups have pushed back, calling the move abrupt or outright unfair to those who have invested in their homes. The government has not wavered on its position.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson. ITEL BPO plans to hire an additional 100 Bahamians within the next 5 months. The first 25 will be on the job in August. The company's expansion will accommodate the addition of newly formed business units to handle increased call volume for new clients. Minister of State for Grand Bahama, Senator Kwesi Thompson, says the government is pleased that this expansion upholds Grand Bahama's Tech Hub initiative. The Office of the Prime Minister in Grand Bahama will collaborate with ITEL BPO to coordinate a job fair to provide Bahamians with the opportunity to apply for potential positions. In other business news, Arawak Keyport Development traded 50 shares to close at $17.43 per share. Bank of the Bahamas traded 1,200 shares to close at $1.01 per share. Commonwealth Brewery traded 3,900 shares to close up 2 cents to a new price of $11.42 per share. Cleaner Holdings traded 3,300 shares to close at $6.15 per share. Doctors Hospital traded 1,500 shares to close at $1.75 per share. Cable Bahamas Series 9 fixed rate preference shares traded 10 shares. And in international business news, American Airlines is ending its carry-on ban for cheap seats. Beginning September 5th, American Airlines will allow passengers buying its basic economy tickets to bring a free carry-on bag and not just a personal item that fits under the seat. American Airlines CEO Doug Parker says this tweak is designed to allow the airline to become more competitive. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
If you're
looking for authentic Bahamian craft, you may want to check out the Bahamian Craft Center during Junkanoo Summer Festival at Arwaki every Saturday until August 4th. There you can find anything from jewelry to wood carvings, paintings, and Junkanoo paraphernalia. Bahamian artists are proud to show off their indigenous merchandise to locals and visitors.
Bahamians love their native straw, and so they're excited, all right, to see that we have them here. And we have, at least I have return customers, comes every year. Every year they come looking for me.
They love looking at the merchandise, purchasing it, and they love it when I demonstrate.
Another stall you don't want to miss is the Junkanoo Summer Festival pop-up shop.
We have bags, we have t-shirts, we have pens, we have pocketbook holders, anything that you can name of in terms of point-of-sale items, we have at Junkanoo Summer Festival. It's all about Junkanoo Summer Festival, making sure that we adorn everyone.
This Saturday, Junkanoo Summer Festival is looking to celebrate Break and Scrape during its concert series, along with Junkanoo performances from Genesis and Conquerors for Christ. There are also nearly 20 food vendors to choose from and an exciting kiddie corner. For the Tourism Today Network, I'm Kendia Smith.
Catch the sizzling hot back-to-school specials at Carey's Fabric and Department Store on Mackey Street. Uniform fabrics for all schools. Ready-made uniforms, best quality, lowest prices. Selected jumpers, 30% off. Carey's has all your school supplies, including the popular JanSport backpacks. Get up to 20% off backpacks and lunch bags as low as $7.95. Carey's Fabric and Department Store, your complete back-to-school headquarters.
Ring, ring, goes the bell.
What is a promise? A promise fulfilled can mean so much. A bond, a commitment, a vow. It's a yes in a world of maybes. We made a promise to you, and we delivered. Our superfast LTE network is now on every island. And every day we invest in local communities and technology so we can deliver the best of everything to you. Our promise is our guarantee. And now we promise our best is yet to come. Alive, believe in best.
I'm a senior citizen and I embrace change. That's why RBC digital banking is the way to go. I can sit at home and pay all my utility bills, send money to someone else, pay my Visa card. It's simple, safe, secure, and it saves you quality time. I'm Beverly Wallace Whitfield, and I enjoy being an RBC digital banking client.
If your eyes are too big for your belly, then you need to save money each and every week with wonderful specials at Super Value and quality supermarkets like Philly's Ready Cut Macaroni 400-gram box, 99 cents. Bone-in chicken breast, $1.89 per pound. Members Mark Water, 40-count, 16.9-ounce bottle, $11.99. Joy Dish Liquids, 30-ounce size, $2.99. Red Seedless Grapes, $2.99 per pound. Carolina Pride Ham, 10-ounce size, $2.99. Shop and save at Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Well, he's best known for his television series on the Food Network, but Guy Fieri stepped a little bit out of his comfort zone, stepping into a Bahamian kitchen recently. Our Jonathan Benson was there as he featured Shark Week.
There's no shark on the menu, but Curly's restaurant and bar still making its way to prime time as Guy Fieri's Feeding Frenzy aired on Tuesday night.
He came into the Bahamas, reviewed certain locations, several locations as a matter of fact, and out of about 131 restaurants, he chose Curly's. He had his executive producers came around, checked the restaurants out, unbeknown to us sometime, and when it was known, it was like 2 hours out that he was coming in, and so we had to get ready.
And get ready they did, serving up a feast of Bahamian cuisines.
He was supposed to be here for an hour and 20 minutes. He ended up staying 4 hours. What happened is he had me in the kitchen. I went in the kitchen personally because I'm a chef as well. And we started off with the grilled seafood platter. Okay. Secondly, we also did the blackened grouper. Then also what we did also was the cracked conch and the fried snapper. We really wanted to keep it really down home, local, and Bahamian. And I'll tell you, it was so phenomenal when he started eating that grilled seafood platter, like all Bahamians. I tell you, he believed that it came right out of Grandma's kitchen. He was so thrilled by the excitement, the enthusiasm, the organization in the kitchen, and the wait staff. Let me tell you, he said, listen, Curly, I've done this for a very long time. Nobody surpassed 70. You knocked it out of the park, over 100.
And not only did Curly's benefit from the exposure, but the country as a whole.
The eyes of the world is on the Bahamas, and we have a unique product. Because when you look at our food, our cuisine, people travel from all over the world, one, for the conch. And we have it in several forms. The conch fritters, we have the like a hush puppy. We also have the conch salad, like a ceviche. We have the cracked conch. We have the steamed conch. You name it, we have it all. And so I tell you, people come here for that, and nobody does it like the Bahamians. Nobody. We have the greatest personality. We serve not just tourists, but we serve on our own. We are delighted. It's just a part of our DNA. That's what we do, and we're excited about it.
Jonathan Benson, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Johnny. Well, stay tuned. There's more news to come. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
All got plans for our golden years. Unfortunately for many, this may just be wishful thinking. To generate an annual income in retirement of $70,000 for 20 years at a rate of return of 5%, with inflation running at 3%, requires more than $1.1 million. So how do you save that much money? Many companies provide a group pension plan to help their employees by deducting an amount each month from their pay to contribute to the plan. Personal Pension Plan, or PPP, is similar to a group plan, but offered only to individuals. These plans offer many of the same benefits and features. Contact us for more information on pensions.
If you've lost your visa, call the law office of Donette Russell Love PL. My full-service immigration firm can help you if you've been denied a visa due to deportation or removal, prior conviction or arrest while in the U.S., working without work authorization, or visa overstay. I may be able to help you get your visa privileges restored. Call my office today at 954-449-1833 or visit us at drusselllove.com.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Shell is taking you on an exciting journey with its summer promotion. Now through September 14th, enter for your chance to win a brand new 2018 Toyota Yaris. Just make a minimum purchase of $20 worth of fuel from any Shell service station in Nassau. Answer the skill question on the entry form and submit. The grand prize will be drawn on September 14th. Other weekly prizes include free fuel vouchers and VIP packages to see Jay-Z and Beyonce live in concert August 31st at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. For more info, visit their Facebook page at Sunoil Bahamas.
Hi, it's time for your first weather check. We check in now with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Hey there, Basil.
Hi, Keisha. Heat index today got up to 101 degrees. And right now, going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Valence. And they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 88s in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tulkey, and Marsh Harbor in Abaco. In the Berry Islands, 85. Alistown, Bimini at 86 degrees. Harbor Island, 84. Rock, Sandy, Luttra, 85. Otterstown, Cat Island, 84. Staniel Key, 85. 85 also in Kemps Bay, South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. San Salvador, Urumqi, 84s, 83 in Georgetown, Exuma, Betsy Bay, Mayagona, Crooked Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, Acklands, and Ragged Island, all at 83, 84 degrees in Matthew Town, Nagua. The Turks and Caicos Island round out our temperature profile at 83 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwest Bahamas, southeast winds can be expected. 10 to 15 knots will be the speeds, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide, well, that took place at 7:04 this evening. In the central and southeastern islands, winds southeast 15 to 20 knots. Caution flags are up. The wave heights pretty choppy at 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow in the northwestern islands, winds 12 to 18 knots from the southeast, so it will be increasing slightly. Wave heights also building 3 to 5 feet with a moderate chop in place. High tide 7:18 in the morning. The low tide will take place at 1:21 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands tomorrow, caution flags once again. That flow continues out of the southeast at 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights 4 to 7 feet. And then taking you into Saturday, southeast winds once again, moderate speeds of 12 to 18 knots. Wave height 3 to 5 feet. High tide, that will occur at 7:57 in the morning. Low tide at 2 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, no change there. Caution flags are up. Southeast flow 15 to 20. Wave heights 4 to 7 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your trial forecast. And your trial forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your trial forecast brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 20 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. When you're living with HIV or human immunodeficiency virus, it's more important than ever to protect your immune system to maintain overall health. By keeping your body as healthy and better equipped to fight off viruses and other types of infections. People living with HIV, the virus that can cause AIDS, should adopt the following healthy habits in their daily lives. Practice safe sex. This is most important. Understand how the virus is transmitted to reduce the risk of infecting others. Use condoms not only to avoid the spread of HIV, but also to protect both you and your partner against other sexually transmitted diseases or STDs and other types of infections. Get tested for other STDs. STDs can worsen HIV and make the disease progress more rapidly. And HIV can make STDs more difficult to treat, so you'll want to address an STD as soon as possible. Prevent infections and illnesses. Since HIV makes your immune system less effective, you become more susceptible to every virus, bacteria, and germ you're exposed to. Wash your hands frequently and stay away from sick people to stay as healthy as possible. Also, stay up to date on all of your vaccinations to reduce your risk of preventable illnesses. Follow your doctor's orders about your prescriptions. It's crucial to take your HIV medication exactly as prescribed by your doctor. Skipping even one day of medication can give the virus an opportunity to become resistant to the drugs, making them ineffective against the virus. Don't abuse drugs or alcohol, quit smoking, exercise mind and body. Physical and mental exercise can keep your mind and body strong. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
What things do you value? Even if we value something, we can still lose or misplace it, like a credit card. You can freeze your Visa credit or debit card from CIBC First Caribbean in a flash to stop unauthorized use. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day.
It is summertime, which means it's the busy travel season. So before you head off on your vacations, BTC would like for you to know that we still have the best roaming rates, which will make your vacation that much better. Okay, so go ahead and tell us, how do you top up?
So there are multiple ways to top up while you're traveling. The easiest way is going on to our BTC website, and on the main page, just in the right-hand corner, it says top up. And so you can click on the top up icon, and it will take you through the steps of putting in your information so that you can top up your account utilizing your credit card. If you don't want to use the BTC website, you can call into our call center, and you can provide them with credit card information, and they can top up your account for you. When you're traveling, our 225-5282 number is completely toll-free. There's no new number, there's no long-distance fees associated, and so if you're having problems while you're traveling, if you need to top up while you're traveling, you can simply dial the same number that you use to contact BTC when you're in the Bahamas. You use that same number, 225-5282, and get in contact with any one of our agents.
We covered a lot of information here, so if you have any additional information that you need to know, please feel free to call our customer helpline at 225-5282. I'm Corvell Pyfrom, and we'll see you next BTC Connection.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day is a new day.
There's a lot to like about Solomon's. The quality of our stores, the quality of our products, and of course, the savings. You'll find thousands of items every time you shop at everyday low prices on a wide variety of trusted brands. So you can save money almost everywhere that you look, giving you one more reason to like us. Shop Solomon's for everyday low prices.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Our men's national softball team getting ready to open up competition at the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia. President of the Bahamas Olympic Committee, Romel Fish-Knowles, spoke about how he expects the squad to fare.
I expect them to compete well. I think it's a very good young team. One of the challenges in team sports is that they don't get to travel enough, and so once a year isn't going to do it, and bringing the team together a couple of days before time to travel is always a challenge. But again, it's a very good young team. I think if Alcott is on top of his game and they don't make too many errors, I think they could be a shock in this tournament.
The swimming competition closing out last night at CAC, and as Kelsey Johnson tells us, this will go down as the 242's best performance ever in the pool at a major senior meet.
The Bahamas had the third best performance in swimming at the Central American and Caribbean Games. The 3 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze medal placed them on top of the English-speaking countries like Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. Although Mexico dominated swimming, team manager for the Bahamas, Jeffrey Slater, likes the way the 7-member team performed.
We did a fantastic job. The swimmers came together and did a great job, and it was interesting. We had 7 people from 6 different pools across the U.S. and Nassau, and they all came together, and I think everyone had at least one lifetime best time during the meet. I thought the young swimmers on the group really got exposed to some senior swimming and a really high level of performance, and had a great opportunity to learn some things from watching what was going on. Overall, I thought it was a great meet. It's a lot of fun. There were some spectacular performances. There's probably a half dozen people here who will be finalists at the Olympics in 2 years, and really high level of competition, and we stood up really well.
Slater said Joanna Evans' performance over the 6 days was just spectacular.
Joanna obviously was the star of the meet with 5 medals maybe, and did a great job, and it was really interesting to watch how professional she was in her preparation, how focused she was on the task, how she managed herself last night at the end of the meet to have 3 big swims and finish off really well, so that was interesting.
According to the team manager Slater, the future for swimming in the Bahamas is very bright. He looks forward to some fast times in the near future.
Lily will be at the University of North Carolina, and Isaac will be at Florida State University, and they've communicated with their coaches what their goals are and what they're doing, so they'll go through a U.S. collegiate season. They'll have benefits of strength and conditioning coaches and exposed to some different things they haven't done before, and I think that'll help them build towards their ultimate goals going forward.
Reporting from Barranquilla, Colombia, where the 23rd edition of the Central American and Caribbean Games are taking place, I'm Kelsey Johnson and ZNS Total Sports.
Now, with swimming being the first discipline the Bahamas competed in at CAC, and our swimmers doing so well, the BOC president spoke about whether or not that will put any extra pressure on the other athletes and teams.
I hope so. I hope that everybody get a little pride for their respective sports and go out there and represent the Bahamas well. That's the best we can ask, and if a gold medal comes along, we'll take it.
Back here at home, summer camp still the order of the day for youngsters on break from school. And what better way to beat the heat than in the pool? For more on that, here's Charles Fisher.
Basketball player doing his best to give back to the Family Island community. National team player Jerron Keno Burrows helping facilitate a basketball camp over in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. Burrows working as the sports facilitator for the Project Key Camp, which is sponsored by the Crone family in order to develop the basketball skills of youngsters on the island.
I feel like this was a wonderful opportunity to come and spend some time with the kids. I know exactly the situation that they're in, growing up here on the Key. And it's just wonderful for me, before I head to France, to give back to these young kids.
Burrows adding that he sees great potential coming from Eleuthera.
So many wonderful kids here, not only in the Governor's Harbor area, in every settlement. And basketball is a global sport, and so many opportunities involved. And the camps and the clinics, you're gonna have some students, some kids that go on to play high school and college ball. But a lot of the other ones, who come to this, they just get discipline. They get the structure, they get the team bonding, they get the options to do things with other kids that they wouldn't normally get in certain environments. Because a lot of these kids come from tough backgrounds. So, I just want to continue. I can never give the game what it gave me, but I can give, these kids all I have.
Aside from teaching the kids, Burrows says he enjoys spending time with family members and learning more about his island route.
We do camp from 9 to 12 in the morning. And then after that, I'm pretty much just riding around, seeing my aunties, seeing cousins, a lot of old friends around here. And then just mixing and mingling with a lot of the locals, man. They all have great history on my family, and they know everybody. And a lot of them know me from I was a baby.
This is the second year Burrows has served as sports facilitator. The Ford recently helped FOS Province Basket secure a championship in the LNB French Pro B division. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amjad Knowles.
Well, that was actually the Jerron Keno Burrows basketball camp in Eleuthera. We're now going to go to the Mako swimming camp with our Charles Fisher.
The 65 to 70 kids from ages 4 and up are all making a splash while having fun and learning to swim. It's the Mako 4-week camp that closes out Friday at the Evolve Gym. The young swimmers are divided into 4 groupings. Coach Trevano McPhee.
Learn to swim group, we have an improve your stroke group, and then we have 2 competitive groups. So the kids are here every day, a little less stress than during the year where they have to go to school and a little tired after school coming to swimming, so they're more rested, more alert, and can do a little bit more swimming during the day. From an early age, we try to get them in the water, get them comfortable. Consistency in the summer has proven to be the key in learning how to swim faster. So great job here with the 8 coaches that we have and the Learn to Swim program.
7-year-old Jillian Albury, who attends Tamberley School, already a fish in the water.
I've been swimming for about 1 year.
Why do you like swimming so much?
Because it's my favorite sport.
What are some of the things you're learning here at camp this summer?
To pay attention to your coach and listen what they're saying.
Sedan's Blue Waves, Gian Sands working 100 strokes.
My best event is 50 free, but I mostly swim all short distance and some long.
How has camp been for you?
It's been good, super good.
What is some of the stuff you've been working on?
I've been trying to get my fly very good because I'm not a good flyer.
Naya Pender goes to Queen's College. She's getting in some work.
How to swim all the strokes and swim them properly.
How has it been going? How has it been going for you this summer in terms of having fun?
Good.
What are your favorite events?
Butterfly, because I like to kick.
Swimmers all having fun, but more importantly, learning to swim. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
The Bahamas Government Department of Basketball Association was back on court last night at the AF Adderley Gym. The Airport Authority Avengers, they had their way with the Nassau Flight Services Rampage, winning 85-65. Cecil Mackey leading the Avengers in the win with 14 points.
I had a couple of bad seasons. Now I get back into the true form, back with a team who actually wants to win. So all it is, I'm just feeding off of them.
We just wanted to come out and execute our game plan. There was a lot of talk prior to this game. There's two teams at LPIA battling it out, so it's basically for bragging rights. But we know we had a comfortable victory from start to finish as long as we executed our game plan.
That will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
At Outback Marathon Mall, there are no rules, and that's just right. We are the tasty and affordable choice for both indoor and outdoor dining, watching the big game on big screens, or just having a few with friends at the bar. Our friendly staff at Outback love to make your family dinners, lunch meetings, hangouts, and birthday celebrations a blooming good time. Dine in, take out, or have us bring Outback to your event with just a call. At Outback, there are no rules, and that's just right.
Minister De Aguilar, now the Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands. What are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to go to the Family Islands of the Bahamas to bring tourism back to our family of islands.
And there's no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau.
Let's go.
Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com today.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, nothing is happening in the tropics, and we expect it to remain that way at least over the next 5 days. And we still have that very stubborn mid to low level trough near the western Bahamas, and that continues to fire up pockets of showers and thunderstorms throughout the northwest Bahamas. In the central and southeastern islands, we continue under the influence of that high pressure, which is rendering some pretty nice weather. But around the Turks and Caicos Islands, they have a little upper level system there that's creating some cloudiness, and they can get 1 or 2 showers down in the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. As far as our forecast is concerned tonight, we're going in for partly cloudy conditions with a shower or 2 later on tonight. Low temperature getting down to 79 degrees. And tomorrow, a mix of cloud and sunshine with those pop-up showers, particularly in the morning, drying out again during the mid-afternoon hours. And by evening, showers returning. That has been the pattern pretty much all week long. High temperature tomorrow getting up to 89 degrees. Your extended weather forecast keeping you in the very high 80s to near 90, which is pretty much seasonal. And those showers continuing right into the weekend in an off and on fashion. So if you're planning your outdoor activities, like we've been telling you all week long, the weekend could pose a little challenge for some of those outdoor activities.
It's going to be like that some weekends.
It's typical summer weather, yeah.
All right. Well, just before we go, we want to remind you to tune in at 7 a.m. Yes, 7 a.m. for the morning edition of the news right here on the ZNS Television Network. Yes, we have news at 7 a.m. every morning, and we have updates throughout the day starting at 2 o'clock. So we invite you to join us each weekday for those. Well, that does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks so much for looking in. Have a great night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station. This program is made possible by the sponsorship of BTC and viewers like you. Thank you.